Who cares about the Constitution and due process right now? Think about it. I'll give you a minute to think. Your experience online, talking to people, which side of the political aisle cares about the Constitution, due process, and Kilmar Abrego Garcia, who is day 35 that the Trump administration has been ignoring a 9-0 constitutional opinion. Those are 6 GOP judges. Okay, 3 of them are Democrats, 6 of them. That's a supermajority Supreme Court 9-0 ruling that says the Trump administration must bring home Kilmar Abrego Garcia so he can have his due process like everyone else in this country is entitled to. Whether you're a citizen or not, it doesn't matter. The Constitution says regardless of who you are, as long as you're within these borders, you have a right to due process. Now, if there's crimes being committed, if there's fraudulent things happening, then the due process is it's warranted that way. It's also warranted that Kilmar Abrego Garcia needs to be vetted, and he's likely done nothing wrong, then he can just go home to his family. That's how this works. This is very simple. You bring Kilmar back, right? You give him due process. You give him the vetting process. And if he's done criminal things, okay, then we can proceed forward with criminal charges against this person. If this person gets his due process and it turns out he's done nothing wrong, he goes home to his family. That's it, guys. That's all this is. And whether he's illegal or otherwise is neither here nor there. This is about due process. Vetting. You have to figure out if this person was legitimately a criminal, has done crimes, has done X, Y, and Z, or he hasn't. And this isn't even about him. It's about the president going forward. We set the precedent for due process because we don't want wrongdoing in the future. So this is about Kilmar Garcia, but this is also about how we operate going forward. When you accidentally send somebody to a death camp abroad, it's good to bring those people home. Now, you validated like Kilmar is X, Y, and Z, but he's never had his day in court. He's never had his due process rights granted to him, so we can figure this out. And once again, if he is, proceed. You can proceed after we figure this out. After his due process has been fully vetted, we can figure this out. But you just can't send people out of the country on whims. You can't send people out of the country just because you want to. Okay? And once again, back to my original point. Who in the zeitgeist, who in internet discourse that you talk to every day, which are the people most concerned about the United States Constitution and the upholding of due process under it? Think about it. Here's my summation of who cares about the United States Constitution and due process in the year of our Lord 2025. Liberals, progressives, and leftists. I swear to God, go online, talk to anybody, talk to any libertarian, talk to any Republican, talk to any MAGA person, and they are all dead set against the United States Constitution and due process rights. They want Kilmar to die there. They keep on saying, oh, he's illegal, so he's got to go. The Constitution doesn't say that. You have MAGAites like Bannon and Stephen Miller, pushing these obvious lies, and the propaganda gets to them, and then they hear it from us, and they think we're lying. Like, it's kind of a mess. I'll get that. But the only people I see right now who really care about the United States Constitution and due process under the 5th and 14th Amendments are liberals, leftists, and progressives. Every right-winger I've talked to online has been, let them die. Send them all there. Hey, we're going to send you there. You see, we're seeing in real time who the fascist authoritarians are. They're telling us every day, okay? And they're the libertarians, they are the Republicans, they are the MAGAites who do not care about the United States Constitution and due process if Donald Trump doesn't care about it. That's just what's happening right now. That's the summation. They're not processing this like we are, objectively. They're processing it through who is supporting it. And that's Donald Trump, who is ignoring, once again, a 9-0 Supreme Court decision to bring Kilmar Garcia home for due process. 9-0. It doesn't get any more clear to that. Okay? It is not more clear than that. So this isn't even an opinion at this point. You're just openly against the Constitution. If you're not willing to follow a 9-0 Supreme Court ruling, you're officially a rogue authoritarian government. That's not even debatable. That's just what is. Who ignores a 9-0 ruling by the United States Supreme Court? Literally no one, okay? It just doesn't happen. So this isn't even opinion anymore. This is just what is, right? But we're seeing in real time who are the champions of the United States Constitution. And every day I get online, when I check the feed, I check the arguments, I check the discourse, it's always liberals, progressives, and leftists going to bat for Kilmar Garcia and the 200 or 300 other people who have been wrongfully sent out of the country, wrongfully deported, with no due process rights. It's the liberals, progressives, and leftists standing up for the Constitution. It's right there. Like, this is very clear. This is getting very sharp in focus now. Because I don't know, when I think of my libertarian and Republican friends, there's not a they're acting like an enemy to the country right now. Because my whole life they have told me, the libertarians and Republicans in my life have told me decades and decades and decades, if you're against the United States Constitution, you are an enemy of the state. And what are they doing right now? Tell me, what are they doing right now? They're ignoring the Constitution. Openly, brazenly, in the most vitriolic ways I've never seen before. To the point where the leftists and the progressives and the liberals have the obvious high moral ground here. I mean, you just ceded it to them. You're not going to fight your way out of this. You're not going to argue your way out of this. You're not going to ad hom your way out of this. It's just what's happening. There are no Republicans sticking up for the Constitution, for the rule of law, or Kilmar Garcia. The proof is right in front of us. Anyways, I hope you're having a lovely day. Get out for a walk. Enjoy the sunshine. I'll talk to you soon.